More than 9 million Americans are living with gout today. That number isn't just a statistic from the CDC in 2020. It represents millions of people lying awake at night, battling pain that robs them of sleep. Can you imagine it? You're fast asleep, and suddenly, in the middle of the night, a stabbing pain in your big toe jolts you awake. The joint is swollen, red, and burning hot. Every step feels like walking on burning coals. Many of my patients have told me, "Doctor, it feels like someone dropped a heavy brick on my foot at 2 in the morning." And the suffering doesn't stop there. The mornings bring stiffness and walking turns into torture. Even the simplest joys, like playing with your grandchildren or strolling through the park, suddenly feel out of reach. But here's the truth very few people realize. Sometimes the solution doesn't come from a pill bottle. It comes from your kitchen, from the fruits you pass by every single day at the grocery store. So let me ask you, what if, just by adding a few familiar fruits to your daily life, you could naturally lower uric acid, calm the inflammation in your joints, and finally sleep through the night again, free from the torment of gout? Would you believe me? Stay with me, because today I'm going to share with you 7 simple, everyday fruits that science has proven can help fight gout from the inside out. And I promise you this, by the end of this video, you'll never look at your fruit bowl the same way again. So, which fruits can become your quiet companions in the fight against gout? Let's start with the very first one, small, sweet, but packed with a surprising power to lower uric acid and protect your joints. That fruit is the cherry. You might be surprised. A small, sweet fruit that most people think of only as a dessert is actually considered a natural shield against gout. I'm talking about cherries, and this is the fruit that many of my patients have found real relief in. Cherries contain a special compound called anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that help calm inflammation in the joints while also lowering uric acid levels in the blood. On top of that, cherries are rich in vitamin C, and vitamin C has been shown to help the kidneys flush out uric acid more effectively through urine. A study published in the Arthritis and Rheumatism Journal, Zhang et al., 2012, followed more than 600 gout patients. The results showed that eating cherries for just 2 days lowered the risk of a gout attack by 35%. Numbers like that are enough to make any doctor, including me, pay attention. I'll never forget one of my patients, Robert, 68 years old. Gout had forced him to walk with a cane, and he hadn't slept through the night in years. I suggested he try eating 10 to 12 cherries a day, along with a balanced diet. Just a few weeks later, he was sleeping through the night. He told me, "Doctor, for the first time in years, I'm not afraid of the long nights anymore." You can enjoy fresh cherries as a dessert, drink a glass of pure cherry juice before bed, or even carry unsweetened dried cherries as a snack. A safe and effective amount is about 10 to 15 cherries a day. Who should be careful? People with diabetes need to watch their intake, since cherries still contain natural sugars. And if you have an allergy to stone fruits, it's best to test with a small amount first. Common mistakes to avoid: thinking cherries alone can cure gout and stopping prescribed medications. This is dangerous. Choosing bottled cherry juice loaded with sugar. This can raise blood sugar and cancel out the benefits. Eating sugar-coated dried cherries instead of fresh or naturally dried cherries. Cherries are not a miracle cure, but they are a faithful companion for anyone battling gout. Just 10 to 12 cherries a day, eaten the right way, can ease inflammation, lower uric acid, and help you enjoy peaceful nights again. The lesson is this: sometimes the answer to a complex illness lies in the simplest things, like the fruit sitting in your bowl. Cherries act like a shield, protecting your joints from inflammation. But the next fruit works more like a natural broom, sweeping uric acid out of your body. And you may be surprised to hear, it's the golden fruit you often see on summer tables, pineapple. If cherries are like a shield against inflammation, then pineapple is a natural broom that sweeps uric acid out of your body. Many of my patients have been surprised to learn that this golden, sweet fruit doesn't just refresh you on a hot day. It quietly helps fight off the pain of gout. What makes pineapple so special is an enzyme called bromelain. Bromelain acts as a natural anti-inflammatory, easing swelling and calming the heat and redness in joints affected by gout. And it doesn't stop there. Pineapple is also rich in vitamin C, which supports the kidneys in flushing out uric acid. This helps lower uric acid levels in the blood and prevents the painful buildup of urate crystals in your joints. A study published in Phytotherapy Research, Hale et al., 2005, found that bromelain helps suppress inflammatory responses, significantly reducing joint swelling and pain. This gives us clear scientific evidence for why pineapple is such a powerful ally for people living with gout. I'll never forget Linda, a 64-year-old patient who struggled with gout in her ankle. She once told me, "Every morning when I step out of bed, it feels like I'm stepping on fire." I encouraged her to swap her sugary desserts for just 2 slices of fresh pineapple a day. A month later, she returned with a smile on her face. "Doctor, I can finally walk around the park with my friends again." Sometimes, the smallest change can open the door to the biggest joys. You can eat pineapple fresh after a meal, juice it, or add it to a salad. For gout patients, the right amount is about 100–150 grams of fresh pineapple a day, ideally after a main meal. Another great option is a smoothie made with pineapple, apple, and leafy greens. Delicious and supportive for lowering uric acid. Those with a sensitive stomach or stomach ulcers should avoid eating too much pineapple on an empty stomach. People with diabetes should watch their portions, since pineapple contains natural sugars. Common mistakes to avoid. Eating pineapple on an empty stomach, right arrow, can cause stomach irritation or discomfort. Overusing canned pineapple with added sugar and syrup, right arrow, cancels out the benefits and may raise blood sugar. Thinking that eating lots of pineapple will cure gout faster, right arrow, can upset digestion. Pineapple isn't just a refreshing fruit. It's a silent housekeeper that helps your body sweep away uric acid and calm inflammation. Eaten the right way, in the right amount, it can make your joints feel lighter and your life more comfortable. The lesson here is simple. Gout isn't managed only with medicine. It can also be controlled through the small, everyday choices you make at the table. If pineapple is the broom that sweeps out uric acid, the next fruit is like a fresh, flowing stream, helping your kidneys work more smoothly and preventing the risk of kidney stones. That fruit is kiwi, small in size, but packed with enormous power. Among all the small fruits out there, few people realize that kiwi, the little green fruit often used just to decorate desserts, is actually a golden key for lowering uric acid and protecting the kidneys in people with gout. Many of my patients overlooked kiwi until they discovered its true power. What makes kiwi stand out is its incredibly high content of vitamin C. Vitamin C acts like a carrier, helping to dissolve uric acid in the blood and flush it out through urine. Kiwi is also rich in potassium, an essential electrolyte that helps the body maintain a healthy acid-base balance. This balance lowers the risk of kidney stones, a complication that many long-term gout patients fear. In simple terms, Kiwi helps drain away uric acid while protecting your body's natural filters, the kidneys. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, Huang et al., 2012, showed that getting enough vitamin C from fruits, especially kiwi, can significantly lower uric acid levels in the blood, reducing the chance of future gout attacks. Science confirms it. A single kiwi can be as effective as some of the supportive medicines we prescribe. I think of Michael, a 72-year-old patient of mine who suffered from both gout and kidney stones. Each flare-up brought not only joint pain, but also kidney trouble. I encouraged him to add just 2 kiwis after dinner every day, along with a low-purine diet. 3 months later, his blood tests showed a clear drop in uric acid. He gripped my hand and said, with emotion in his eyes, "Doctor, for the first time in years, I finally feel like I'm in control of my own body." Moments like that remind me of the incredible healing power found in nature. You can enjoy kiwi fresh, slice it into salads, or blend it into a smoothie with apples and cucumber. For gout patients, I usually recommend 1 to 2 kiwis a day, ideally in the evening, so that vitamin C can support uric acid clearance while the body rests. Who should be careful? People with sensitive stomachs or acid reflux should start with a small amount, as kiwi has a tangy acidity. Anyone with a history of allergy to kiwi should avoid it completely. Common mistakes to avoid: believing that canned kiwi or industrial juices have the same benefits as fresh kiwi. They don't. Eating unripe kiwi, it can taste astringent, cause stomach upset, and even irritation. Overeating kiwi more than 4 or 5 at once. This can lead to diarrhea or mouth sores. Kiwi isn't just a pretty fruit for decoration. It's a natural medicine that helps flush out uric acid and protect the kidneys. The takeaway is simple: never underestimate small things. Just 1 or 2 kiwis a day, eaten the right way, can make a big difference in your journey to manage gout. Kiwi helps the kidneys wash away uric acid and lowers the risk of complications. But the next fruit is like a faithful friend, good not only for the heart, but also for the joints. It's so common you'll find it in almost every American household. That fruit is the apple. You've probably heard the old saying, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away." And when it comes to gout, that saying has never been more true. Few people realize that apples aren't just good for the heart. They can actually help ease the burden of uric acid and protect your joints. Apples contain a powerful compound called quercetin, a strong antioxidant with natural anti-inflammatory properties. It helps calm swollen, painful joints during gout flare-ups. They're also rich in pectin, a soluble fiber that helps control cholesterol and support weight management. Why is that important? Because when you lose excess weight, you ease the pressure on your knees and ankles, and that can mean less gout pain. On top of that, apples have a mild alkaline effect, helping to neutralize acidity in the body and reduce the formation of urate crystals. A study published in the nutrition journal Lee et al. 2010 found that quercetin can inhibit inflammatory enzymes, helping to reduce conditions linked to joint inflammation, including gout. And when you combine quercetin with pectin, apples become a fruit that supports both a healthy heart and healthy joints. I think of Susan, a 66-year-old patient of mine who struggled with both gout and high cholesterol. Every flare-up left her knees swollen and too painful to climb the stairs. I suggested she replace her sugary desserts with just one apple a day. 6 weeks later, she returned for a checkup. Her cholesterol had dropped, she had lost a little weight, and most importantly, her gout flares became less frequent. She looked at me and said, "Doctor, I never imagined that one apple a day could be this powerful." You can eat apples fresh with the skin on, just make sure to wash them well, juice them without sugar, or add them to a salad. For people with gout, about one apple a day is a good amount, always with the peel, since that's where most of the quercetin and fiber are found. Who should be careful? People with sensitive stomachs should avoid eating apples on an empty stomach, as they may cause irritation. Always choose organic apples when possible, or wash thoroughly to reduce pesticide residues on the skin. Common mistakes to avoid. Peeling the apple right arrow removes most of the quercetin and fiber. Drinking bottled apple juice loaded with sugar right arrow erases the benefits of fresh apples and can even raise blood sugar. Eating too many apples at once right arrow can cause bloating or indigestion. Apples aren't just a familiar fruit, they are a faithful friend to your joints and your heart. One fresh apple a day, eaten the right way, can help lower uric acid and support your cardiovascular health. The lesson is this: sometimes it's the small, steady habits that bring the biggest changes in your health. Apples help calm inflammation and ease the pressure on your joints. But the next fruit has a very different kind of power. It works like a refreshing stream of water, increasing urination and helping your body flush out uric acid. That fruit is watermelon. When people think of gout, few imagine a summertime favorite, watermelon. But this refreshing fruit acts like a gentle stream of water, helping your body flush out uric acid and easing the burden on your joints. Watermelon is made up of more than 90% water, which means it naturally increases urine output and helps the kidneys remove uric acid from the body. It also contains citrulline, a natural amino acid that improves blood circulation and boosts the body's ability to clear out toxins. And because watermelon has a mild alkaline effect, it helps neutralize acidity in the body and reduces the formation of urate crystals in the joints. A study published in the Journal of Food Science, Tarazona Diaz et al., 2014, showed that watermelon extract can increase the elimination of waste products through the kidneys and even support muscle recovery after exercise. This confirms that watermelon isn't just refreshing. It plays a meaningful role in lowering uric acid, the root cause of gout. I remember Henry, a 70-year-old patient of mine who complained that gout kept him awake almost every night. He had a habit of drinking sugary soda in the evenings to quench his thirst, but it only made things worse. I suggested he replace his soda with a bowl of fresh watermelon after dinner. Just 2 weeks later, he came back with a smile in his eyes. "Doctor, the pain has eased so much. I'm sleeping peacefully again without needing sleeping pills." Sometimes, a single small change can transform your health. For gout patients, 1 to 2 large slices of watermelon, about 200-300 grams, after a meal is ideal. You can also enjoy it as a sugar-free smoothie or keep chilled cubes of watermelon in the fridge as a refreshing dessert, an excellent replacement for sugary pastries. Who should be careful? People with diabetes should monitor their portions, since watermelon has a high glycemic index. Those with weaker or cold stomachs may find that eating too much watermelon causes bloating or indigestion. Common mistakes to avoid: drinking bottled watermelon juice loaded with sugar and preservatives. Right arrow cancels out the benefits. Eating too much watermelon at once. Right arrow can cause bloating and frequent nighttime urination. Believing that watermelon alone can lower uric acid. Right arrow ignoring a balanced diet or prescribed medication. Watermelon isn't just a summer refreshment. It's a gentle stream of healing that helps your body flush out uric acid and calm the pain of gout. The lesson here is this: sometimes the simplest swap, trading a sugary soda for fresh watermelon, can be the turning point in managing gout naturally. If watermelon is a refreshing stream that helps the kidneys flush out uric acid, the next fruit is like a powerful antioxidant shield, protecting your joints and blood vessels from damage. That fruit is the blueberry. People often call blueberries the little blue gems of nature. Small, simple, almost unassuming. But for someone living with gout, blueberries act like an antioxidant shield, protecting the joints and blood vessels from the silent damage caused by uric acid. Blueberries are rich in anthocyanins, potent antioxidants that help reduce inflammation and protect joint tissue from damage caused by gout. They're also packed with vitamin C, which supports the kidneys in flushing uric acid out of the body. And beyond that, blueberries contain polyphenols that can improve the function of blood vessels and kidneys, two areas that often take a serious hit when gout goes unchecked for years. A study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry, Seram et al., 2001, found that anthocyanins in blueberries can suppress inflammation and protect blood vessels. Other clinical studies have shown that diets rich in blueberries can improve kidney function and support the management of chronic conditions often linked to gout. I think of Margaret, a 69-year-old patient of mine who struggled with both gout and high blood pressure. She worried constantly that her medications were taking a toll on her kidneys. I suggested she swap her afternoon pastry for a small bowl of fresh blueberries. 2 months later, her lab results showed stable kidney function, lower uric acid, and fewer gout flare-ups. She smiled at me and said, "Doctor, I never thought such a tiny fruit could have such a big impact. You can enjoy blueberries fresh, toss them into a salad, or blend them into a smoothie with plain yogurt." For gout patients, a reasonable serving is about a half to 1 cup of fresh blueberries, 75–100 grams a day. Who should be careful? People with diabetes should watch their portions, since eating too many blueberries at once can raise blood sugar. Rarely, some people may have berry allergies. It's best to try a small amount first. Common mistakes to avoid: eating canned blueberries or sugary blueberry jams. Right arrow, these add sugar and preservatives, which increase inflammation. Drinking commercial blueberry drinks with artificial sweeteners. Right arrow, little to no real nutrition. Believing blueberries can fully replace prescribed gout medications. Blueberries aren't just a tasty snack. They are a natural antioxidant medicine, reducing inflammation while protecting both joints and blood vessels. The lesson here is clear. Gout management isn't only about lowering uric acid. It's also about protecting your kidneys and circulation. And blueberries are one of the best allies you can have for that. If blueberries are an antioxidant shield protecting your joints and kidneys, the final fruit on our list has a different kind of strength. It's a digestive helper that reduces inflammation and helps your body flush out uric acid more gently. That fruit is papaya. Among tropical fruits, papaya is often praised for its digestive benefits. But what many people don't realize is that this humble fruit can also be a quiet helper, supporting those with gout by reducing inflammation and helping the body flush out uric acid naturally. Papaya is rich in vitamin C, an essential nutrient that helps dissolve uric acid and promote its elimination through urine. It also contains a special enzyme called papain, which has anti-inflammatory effects and supports protein digestion, making the body feel lighter and reducing strain on the joints. On top of that, papaya is loaded with beta-carotene and other antioxidants that help protect cells and guard against complications linked to gout. A study published in Food and Nutrition Research, 2016, showed that papaya extract can reduce inflammation and improve digestive health, making it a valuable ally for managing chronic inflammatory conditions. This helps explain why papaya can be such a powerful partner for gout patients. I think of Daniel, a 65-year-old patient of mine who struggled with both gout and digestive problems. After every dinner party, he would end up with stomach pain, followed shortly by a gout flare. I suggested he replace his dessert with a small bowl of ripe papaya. After just 1 month, he noticed his stomach felt lighter, no more bloating, and most importantly, his gout attacks became less frequent. He told me, "Doctor, I never thought such a simple fruit like papaya could rescue my sleep at night." You can eat ripe papaya fresh, blend it into a smoothie, or toss it into a salad with plain yogurt. For gout patients, a reasonable serving is about 150–200 grams of papaya a day. Who should be careful? People with low blood sugar should avoid eating too much papaya, since it can lower glucose further. Women in early pregnancy should avoid unripe papaya, as it may stimulate uterine contractions. Common mistakes to avoid. Eating too much papaya at once right arrow can cause diarrhea. Assuming unripe papaya is as beneficial as ripe papaya right arrow, it may harm digestion and pose risks for pregnant women. Choosing candied or dried papaya with preservatives and added sugar right arrow strips away most of its nutritional value. Papaya doesn't just keep your digestion healthy. It also acts as a faithful helper for your joints, easing inflammation and supporting uric acid removal. The lesson here is simple. Sometimes, the most ordinary foods in your kitchen can hold the most lasting solutions for chronic conditions like gout. So now, we've journeyed through 7 incredible fruits, from cherries, pineapples, kiwis, apples, watermelons, and blueberries to papayas. But how do you bring them all together wisely? And what's the most important message I want to leave with you, as someone facing the daily struggle of gout? Let's wrap up this journey together in the conclusion. My dear friend, we've just walked through a meaningful journey together. 7 familiar fruits that carry remarkable power to lower uric acid, calm inflammation, and support the management of gout. Cherries, the shield against inflammation. Pineapple, the natural broom that sweeps uric acid away. Kiwi, the golden key that protects the kidneys. Apple, the faithful friend of your joints and your heart. Watermelon, the refreshing stream that cleanses your body. Blueberries, the little blue gems that guard against oxidative stress. Papaya, the gentle helper for digestion and joint relief. I've seen countless patients, once kept awake by pain, slowed by stiff steps, find joy again through these simple choices. And I believe with all my heart that you can, too. Gout does not have to be the final chapter of aging. If you listen to your body, eat wisely, and stay consistent day after day, you will begin to feel the change. Remember this: good health doesn't come from a miracle. It comes from small, steady habits repeated faithfully every single day. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. This small action ensures you won't miss any valuable health tips designed especially for those in their middle and golden years. And don't forget, visit this channel every day. Here, I share medical knowledge in simple, warm, and practical ways, walking beside you on your journey to live healthier, happier, and more fulfilled. I'm Dr. James. Thank you for spending this time with me. I wish you and your family health, peaceful sleep, and days filled with joy.